Welcome to Inquiry into Self. Let's settle in and let's just bathe in this one infinite, perfect fabric of existence. So allow yourself to relax, and rather than settling into our evaluating mind, let's settle deeper down. Feel the source of being that is aliveness expressing itself as this body mind, as your body mind. Feel that core aliveness. Feel how vibrant it is. Feel how unstoppable and uncontrollable it is. And as you feel that vibrance, then notice it has no edges. There's no boundary. It's continuous into space, into substance. And without our discriminating thoughts, we start to notice this continuity, a vast continuity, a single uprising of experience in this moment. And it's gone. And a single uprising of experience in this moment. And it's gone. It's as though the infinite timeless were a vast fabric that's sort of raised up like a mountain range into this perfect dance of this moment and settles down and raises up as the perfect dance of this moment and settles down. This continuing expression and expression and expression, but with no particular goal, but a definite intelligence. This intelligence spontaneously organizes each moment. It doesn't have to project and plan and consider. It's a much greater intelligence. It isn't relying on this predictive ability. No, it's a deep intelligence within being itself that inherently expresses each moment. This deep intelligence is in the fibers of this single fabric, so that everything that arises is this interplay exactly as designed right now. And the mind could try to go in and start to interpret and start to judge and evaluate. But without that, there's this inclination at wonder. Just notice, with no preconceptions, no evaluations, as you see this amazing, immense expression in each moment, you might notice wonder. For example, have you ever biopsied something, and you open up the animal and all the organs are tightly packed, fitting one against the other perfectly? Well, as we look around, everything fits together perfectly. There's no sudden vacuity. There's air, there's darkness, there's light, there's color. Like everywhere that we look, there is. There is. Isness didn't forget. Isness penetrates, permeates, is everywhere. The isness didn't forget any spot. And the isness is this immense collaboration, cooperation. I mean, just that this body is alive. I mean, I don't know, maybe 0.5% of its functions. Is there any thought that seems to contribute? The eyes moisten, the heart beats, the circulation moves, the nerves sense, the breathing happens, the lymph system flows, the kidneys, the liver, on and on and on. There's this amazing intelligence just right here. And then look at a plant. Look at the fact that a building got built. What kind of interest, motivation, cooperation, health of the participants, intelligence of the participants. I mean, yeah, you might say that human thought did some of it. Yeah, human thought did a very tiny percent. Where did that fundamental energy and interest and motivation, the urge to know how to build a house, the urge to put it all together, all of existence has this intricate, amazing arising that doesn't come from anything that we can make happen. We can't force anything into existence. We can't force motivation to show up. That curiosity, that interest, that interplay, all around us is this amazing network that has a balance because there are no gaps. Has a balance of intense energies there and more still energies here. It has a balance that has those who need help and those who reach out towards helping. It has the balance of those who react and those who react towards them. It has the balance of falling as a baby learns to walk. It has the balance of somebody falling and another reaching to lift them. It has the balance of oodles of plants and animals dying and oodles of plants and animals arising anew. It has a balance of all the different particles in the air and all the temperatures across the planet. And the intelligence that moves the oxygen, moves the carbon dioxide. the intelligence that has areas of lower pressure, areas of higher pressure, areas of water, areas of dryness. Have you ever tried to make something so perfect that you end up shifting this and then it messes up that? It could be as simple as getting every single wrinkle when you're making the bed. You start pulling here now, this one's pulled out of alignment, that when we attempt to try to make something end up lining up all just right, in the end, it starts to feel like, oh, I'm just making it worse. But somehow this intelligence keeps persisting, keeps arising. How is it that love exists? How is it that a mother lifts her baby and can't help but love it? How is it that groups form and listen and cooperate and build? How is it that empathy and compassion happen? How is it that the breath comes in and goes out? And the carbon dioxide balances the pH in our bodies. The oxygen nourishes the cells. The movement of the diaphragm helps pump the lymph in our system. How is it that the empty vastness didn't stay empty? How is it that the emptiness manifested form? Just feel the wonder, feel the curiosity. When we remove our assumptions, when we remove our expectations, when we rest in the nothing space and notice its inherent vibrancy, its inherent aliveness. How is it that music exists? How is it that there are so many colors? How is it that flowers have scent? How is it that fruit tastes sweet? How is it that water moistens our mouth? How is it that we see a loved one and we share a hug? How is it that this immense nothing brought forth joy? How is it that this immense nothing brought forth dancing? How is it that the immense nothing brought forth courage and brought forth scenarios where courage would show up. How is it that a damaged tree can heal itself? How is it that plants find the sun? How is it that the earth stays orbiting around the sun? What an immense, delicate existence. What an immense intelligence. And sure, the mind may want to go in and correct. But isn't it part of life that life likes to build and grow? Isn't it part of life that life moves on to what serves the next moment? Isn't it part of life that learning happens? The baby learns to walk. Isn't it part of life that kindness feels good, and we do it more and more? We start to like it more and more. This immense intelligence is fundamental to all existence. This immense intelligence is inseparable from any part of existence. This immense intelligence is benevolent, and this immense intelligence pervades, persists, is timeless. This immense intelligence arises in us when it's our turn to lift up someone who has fallen, arises in us when it's our turn to share something, arises in us when we have to say no. This immense intelligence dances all the parts, every single one. This immense intelligence is never stopped. It is the core of existence. It is the benevolence of the breath, the benevolence of the sun, the benevolence of the earth. Curiosity and wonder, gratitude, they are all the response that naturally arises. And participation. Participation is removed. Participation. How could we not? This that we are reaches into every corner and is itself unharmed and arises within us as wisdom, as grace. And yes, as anger arises, it teaches. It's its own teacher. We learn when it's helpful to say no. As it arises in us, we experience the full range of humanness. And as it arises in us, we find the parts that feel fulfilling and the parts that feel diminishing. Simply paying attention matures us. Simply paying attention. We notice when our words increase connection and when our words create alienation. Simply noticing, we mature. What an amazing fabric. What an amazing fabric that it has these feedback mechanisms, constant feedback mechanisms, all built in to this energy fabric, this interplay. You can't tug here without here being affected. You can't push here without here being affected. It is in its perfect arising. It's this single fabric, perfect fading away and a new arising, fading away and a new arising. Always the single fabric, completely interconnected, arising with so much beauty. The ocean, the clouds, the trees, the flowers. So much beauty. Arising with so much love. Even in places where there seems to be very little resources, you will find people sharing. You will find people helping each other. So much love. What is there to do but be grateful? What is there to do but to enjoy this that we are? What is there to do but participate? What is there to do but wonder and savor? Wonder and savor. For even moments that may feel like pain, pass. I knew of somebody who had a near-death experience. And when she got to the spirit world, she noticed she missed some of the aches and pains in her body because there she had no body. And suddenly she felt this nostalgia for having a body that could have aches and pains. So even with the aches and pains, there is grace. Each moment is grace. So in this interplay, there's nothing we have to fight. We can participate out of wisdom. But if there is fear, we don't have to fight it. We can just notice. Notice if it causes alienation, or notice if it causes preparedness. Just notice. If there's hurt, notice the identity that thought it could be hurt. Just notice. And as we notice, we tap back in to the immense holding, the holding out of which it all is rising. As we notice, we also feel the space, the alive space that passes through each moment, that isn't stopped. As we notice, we sink into this vastness that we are. And there's the love, and there's the beauty, and there's the curiosity. Simply noticing can be our avenue out of a place that feels like a small limitation, back into the timeless. And if the small limitation is the experience of the moment, we can be the small limitation. For that passes. And the next moment passes. And the next moment passes. And then we might notice that which doesn't pass. The alive immensity. The vibrant space. That generating energy at the core of our existence. At the core of the ability to know, at the core of the ability to sense, at the core of wisdom. This is what we are. This alive, immense, perfect fabric. The perfect fabric where we are free to contribute and connect, to boldly be that which is authentic. Undefended, intimate with all existence, our true nature. So as you continue into your day, just allow this knowing to continue to permeate your being. This knowing of this immense fabric of expression arising out of the alive space. And if you found this helpful or think someone else might, please like, share, and subscribe.